Hey, my name is Xavier Taylor with Imagine in Action Studios. This is Design Detective Series 2 Chipotle. It's lunchtime. You forgot your lunch at work. You don't want to go to McDonald's. And you don't want to settle for Burger King. So Chipotle. Chipotle has been around since the late 90s by the founder Steve Ells. Now this is a chain that started as a Denver, Colorado based burrito bowl king, you can kind of say. Now Steve Ells is an individual who started as a sous chef at the Culinary Institute of America. Now here he was able to acquire his formal education and start the burrito bowl Chipotle. One after another, he kept opening and opening. They were loving the food. However, everything kind of went south. In 2008, there was a professor at Kansas State University that mentioned a lot of things that Chipotle was doing was very deceptive in their marketing ploys. They mentioned that naturally raised meats, organic ingredients, and locally based foods and products were at the base of their production. So they weren't using a lot of genetically modified foods. They were using natural foods. And if you hear something that's locally based, you feel a lot more comfortable. You feel like, oh, I don't mind buying from the farmer's market down the road, or if it's not using pork, or if it's cognizant of our health, then we're going to feel more comfortable spending money for this food. However, not too long after this, about 2016, the outbreak started. The norovirus, the E. coli, and even the salmonella. Across about 13 different states, from California to Boston, Massachusetts, people were really messed up from this food. And Steve did all he could. He really reached out to fans. He was doing different things for promotions, for marketing, for sales, but he couldn't do enough. So they hired their design team, their rebranding, and their chief operating officer to help them out. And they were always there, but they were trying to control the PR nightmare. Now, if we look at some of their branding, we can kind of see the direction where they're heading. But what's important is I want to show you this bag. Now, I didn't get Chipotle, a friend of mine did, and they have a message: we don't mind talking dirty about our soil. So they started this message right at the front line, right with the customers. But what's important is what's also on the back. So they want you, as you're snacking, as you're consuming this food, to read, we don't mind talking dirty about our soil. It says, in fact, we love it. You see, soil is the most important resource we have, more than gold. Now they keep going on and on about the healthy soil and the better burritos. And they really want you to digest this message as you're literally digesting your food. So we have here what we call the PR control and their logo iterations. So in Denver, Colorado, where the brand got started, they use this font here, which looks like a papyrus. It's a font that's easily installed, and it's very nice because it has a tooth to it, and it reminds me of a tortilla. It really looks like meat and flavor. And now from this logo, they started to grow, they started to brand, and they started to branch out. So they needed something that was reminiscent of that, and it kind of shows that here. But I call this one the Squished Banana. You can see that it looks like it's a Chipotle, but it looks like it's just been flattened by a Mack truck. And it really shows the growth, but this was a transition period. And I really believe that this one right here in the middle was probably one of their best. Now, Chipotle uses a collection of these logos on certain bags, different printed products. But here I really like this because it starts with a red base. It looks like a ketchup red, but it starts with a base, almost like a burrito, where you take the burrito and you lay the food right down the middle. So you're able to look at it in a horizontal way. Now, at the very end, you can see that the Chipotle is on a brown backdrop. Why brown? Well, as we mentioned, them using the soil, the finest soil. And actually, this bag is recycled from, as it mentions, recycled, made without bleach, and from 100% post-consumer recycled paper. So they're cognizant of their footprint on the world. But we see that this reads from left to right, top down. It's easy to follow. There's nice kerning and there's nice high contrast, which is always easy to read. And they move to this logo here, which is currently on this bag. It's more of a circular design. It has an organic feel, and it looks like they're using, again, this ketchup red with this, I call it a rustic brown. So basically, I can break down your logo and I can understand what it is that your consumers are drawn to. Making sure that you're always thinking about your business and how your target audience is going to be attracted is important. Now, Chipotle, again, has done a good job of this in trying to rebrand and trying to remain consistent so that their consumers are fully aware of where they stand. Now, again, we offer 30 minutes of free consultation. Feel free to comment and to like and subscribe. And I want to do more videos. Maybe one of your logos you can upload and email to me. And I hope to see you on the other side when I shoot more videos in the future. Thank you very much for watching.